All right, a quick demonstration here just on how to open a new brokerage account at Fidelity. Of course, you're gonna go and create an account and log in. You're gonna come here to investment products. You're gonna click on that, go to stocks, click on stocks. It's gonna open up another window. Click on open a brokerage account. Okay, this is gonna be a taxable brokerage account. Of course, you wanna set up an IRA or what have you, you can do that as well. This is an individual account. You can do join if you want. We're gonna do an individual brokerage for the Fired Up Wealth Community portfolio. On that last slide, it asked me to enter all my information. Since I already have a Fidelity account, it was pre-populated. So it has my social security, my address, all that different stuff. This is the next screen. You're gonna go and read through all these PDFs. When you're done, click yes, then go to the bottom here, open an account. So from there, guys, you'll fund your account, you'll put the money in, and you're ready to get started. You're ready to start buying stocks. So I'm gonna go finish the process here. I'm gonna fund the account, and then I'll show you the buys. We'll start getting into some of the buys for the portfolio. These were all voted by the community, by Elite Discord and the Elite Discord channel. We have a channel specifically for the Fired Up Wealth Community portfolio, also known as the Fired Up Wealth Investing Club. SOXX, that's the SOXX. So we're gonna type in SOXX here. It's gonna pull up a chart. Now, the low on this one was 432. We're still trading quite a bit above that. So I would like it a little bit lower, and this can be a little bit tricky. So we're gonna put it in order anyway, but I'm gonna do a 25% position on this instead of a 50% position. So we have $250, and we're gonna do, basically we're gonna be doing $62.50. That would give us $250 if we take that times 4. Okay, so next we're gonna put in the ticker, got the account number and all that blocked out. We're gonna put in the ticker SOXX, gonna pull that up. We're gonna buy, and we're gonna click that calculator again. And we're gonna do, so $250 divided by 4, we're gonna do $62.50. This is gonna be a fractional share. And we're gonna apply that. So that's gonna give us 0.135 shares, and that's at the current price of $464.33. So we're gonna put it in just a little bit less, see if we can get a little bit better deal. We're gonna put in $463.97, see if we can get it to come down a little bit. We're gonna preview that order. We're gonna go ahead and place the order. So the fourth ETF that we voted on, again, it's $1,000 in ETFs, $250 in each. The fourth one is going to be WCLD. Now, WCLD is essentially the Wisdom Tree Cloud Computing ETF. And you can see the previous low on this one was just under $40. We're right now on this pivot point here on the Fibonacci. So we're trading right now at $40.48. Let's see if we can get some close to $40. I think it's a good starting point. This one, we're gonna go ahead and do a 50% position. If it goes lower, we still have 50% we can add. So on this one, guys, WCLD, we're actually gonna buy 50% position. So that's $125 because we want $250 total to start with. So that's gonna give us a little over 3 shares at $40.52. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and go a little bit lower. So I'm gonna go $40.47. I know it can go a little bit lower, but I don't mind this price. Anything 40 or under, I think, is a decent price for WCLD as a long-term investment. So we're gonna buy 3.085 shares at $40.47. We're gonna preview that order. WCLD, 3.085 shares. It's gonna give us just under $125, again, because we're getting a little bit cheaper price than that calculator. So limit at $40.47 per day. I'm gonna go ahead and place that order. So next we can start looking at DJIF, we can look at SPEC, we can look at growth. I'm gonna look at the stocks that I think are attractive at these prices. The first one that I can think of on the list that we voted for, so again, we voted for 10 growth stocks out of a total of 38 to choose from. And you can see this is Upstart. Of course, the bottom was way down here in the 70s, but we had an earnings, and the earnings were pretty strong. So this thing rallied up over $150. It's coming back to this moving average here. So that moving average is about $123. It's trading around 130. I think we'll buy some around this price at 130. It's really hard to know. I think that this thing actually should continue to go higher, but the market conditions aren't supporting it. So it's hard to say here if we should go 25% or 50%, but we need to make a decision. So I'm gonna go ahead and put an order in here in 1 second, and I'll let you know what I decide. So just a quick recap. If you haven't watched the first video, go back and watch the introduction video. We're doing 60% growth, 10 individual stocks. So one of those is Upstart. We're gonna do 6% per holding. So $10 or 10 stocks at $300 each. So we need to buy Upstart. We want $300 total. So we need to decide how much we're gonna buy today. I think with Upstart, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna do 1/3. So to make the math simple, I'm gonna do $100, and I'm gonna do $100 basically of Upstart. So it'll give us a little less than 1 full share of Upstart. So Upstart, we're gonna put this in, we're gonna buy, We're going to go dollar amount. We're going to go $100, do 1/3 of the position. Limit price $129.71. Let's go ahead and do $128.97. Why not? Maybe we'll get a little better price. We're going to preview the order. So again, $128.97. We're going to buy 0.771 fractional shares. This is Upstart, and it's going to be $99.44. So it's just under that 1/3 position. I'm going to go ahead and place the order now. So the next one that was voted on, there's 10 stocks. This is another growth stock. We're going to do Confluent because I think it's getting attractive here close to this S2. The S2 is $48. So this is a new recent low, and it goes all the way back to essentially, August of 2021 prices. So on this one, we're going to go ahead. It can always go lower. It certainly can go lower. But we're going to buy half our position here. We're going to buy half position. So we want $300 in Confluent. We're going to do 150. So that's going to give us 3 shares of Confluent. We're going to go buy 3 shares of Confluent right now. The next one I think is attractive here is Roblox, because this is another one that's kind of at the recent lows. And you can see I circled the areas where it could go, and it's in the middle of this circle. So we know it can go a little bit lower. It might go below $40 even. But in the middle of the circle right now, trading roughly around $48.82. Let's go ahead and add half of our position on this one as well. So we can get another 3 whole shares of this, and that would give us just under $150, which would be just under 50% of our position on Roblox. So this can be really tough knowing where to enter, right? But we know that Google actually had really strong earnings recently. It was just under $2,500 a share at the low, but we had really nice earnings. It actually popped up to over $3,000, and this is going to be doing a stock split soon. So it looks like it can go definitely lower. The S1 here is around $2,500. Again, $2,544, $2,542. I'm going to go ahead though. I'm going to put in a 50% order on this one. So it's going to be a fractional share, and we're going to buy around these levels and just get 50%. If it goes lower, I think we have a decent floor in this area. It could always go lower, but I think if it retests, it probably comes down to the 2,500 level and probably not much lower than that. And the thing is, this is a high quality stock. It's not expensive, so I don't mind paying a 50% position right here at this level. So in Google, there's 2 classes. You can do Google GOOG, which is the C shares, or GOOGL, which is the A shares. I like the A shares. We're going to go ahead and buy the A shares. So we're going to do a fractional. And again, we want $300. So we're going to go ahead and do 50%. We're going to do $150, hit apply. That's only going to give us 0.057 shares. It's a fractional share. And right now it's $2,640.07. We're going to go ahead and just put it in a little bit lower and see if we can get this. So we're going to put in $2,637.77. I think it's getting pretty close here. It could always go a little bit lower. The lower is 209. The low was 209. It had really solid earnings. And this 200-day moving average is around $230. So we're pretty close to that. Let's go ahead and buy $100. Now, I've said for a while, I think 65 or under is a buy. It's not quite there, but I like it at this level. I think I'd like to go ahead. This is a DJIF, so it's another one we only want $100. I'm going to go ahead and buy 50%. So I'm going to do $50 right at this level. If it goes lower, we kind of know this is a higher quality stock. It's probably not going to tank to the depths of hell like a lot of the hyper growth stocks. So we're going to get this around this $66 level. And we're going to do half the position now. Next one is Unity Software. Now I think this thing can go a little bit lower, but I do like that it's at $100 and it could hold up $100. This is going to be a growth stock, so we want $300. So basically we can get about 3 shares. Let's go ahead and buy 1 share or 1/3 right at this $100 level right now. So Unity buy, we're going to do 1 share, and I'm going to go ahead and do a limit order. I'm going to do $99.97, see if we can get it just under $100. The next one, guys, is going to be CrowdStrike. Now, this is another tricky one because it did get down to $150. It's still an expensive stock. It certainly could go lower. It maybe holds up this $157 range here on this S1. I'd like to go ahead and maybe do, I think I'm going to go ahead and do a 50% position. In fact, I might just do, I'm going to do a 50% position. So I'm going to do $150 in this right now. I think if it does come down, it probably holds 150. If it goes lower, that's fine. I still have high conviction in the stock. Let's go ahead and buy $150 or 50% position of CrowdStrike. Okay, so I added another $750 to the account. So they have $2,000. I want to add some Tesla here, maybe a couple others. So Tesla right now is below $850. You can see it did bottom out around $793. So it could definitely go below $800 again. We want to have $300 in the portfolio for Tesla. It's a growth pick, one of the 10 growth picks. So I think I'm going to go ahead and buy $100 around this $850 price, and we can always dollar cost. We'll leave 2/3 left to dollar cost if it goes lower. Okay, so Tesla, guys, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna type in $100, apply. It's gonna give us 0.118 shares. I'm actually gonna go 848.97. Just see if we can get that filled. Next, guys, is DDOG, another one that's really tough because it was just $118, but it had really strong earnings. So it's sitting right now on this moving average here on this 100. I think it probably can go a little bit lower, but I wouldn't mind getting just a starter position here. I'm going to go ahead and do $100 in this one as well, but I do think it could go lower, and I do think it is expensive here, but I like the stock a lot. It's one of the favorites. So we'll be very disciplined, so we'll make sure we buy in levels lower, but I at least want to get a starter position here. So we're going to go ahead and do $100 of DDOG around $160. So we haven't done a spec yet, and this is INDY. This is one of the 5 that was voted on by the team. Now this did actually bottom out closer to $6.43. It's trading right now around $8, so it's made quite a bounce. The thing is, though, is that this actually is going to report earnings on next Tuesday. And so it's tough because this thing could tank after earnings or it could rip. So we're going to have to be a little bit cautious here. I'm going to go ahead and do 1/3 of position around $8 a share, though. This is only going to be $100 in the portfolio because it's specs. We're doing 5 specs at $100. So let's go ahead and do, say, $30. So we'll do 30% position in INDY right now. I'll go buy it. Really tough here, guys, is Snowflake. We want to do this as a growth pick. This is one of the 10. It's trading right now around $275, and the low on this thing was actually around $231. Now, this was a Discord buy, $225 or less last year. I'd like to go ahead and get 1/3 at $275. I can always buy some at $250 and then $225 and get a cost basis of $250. I do like this stock. It's really expensive. Let's go ahead and put an order in for $100 or 1/3 position. So back to the spec bucket, 5 spec stocks, $100 each. One of those is SOFI. Now this is really tough because the low is about $10.50. It's trading about $11.33. Let's put an order in around $11.25. We'll do 1/3. So let's do 30% actually. Let's do $30 and we'll get that order in right now. So SOFI, we're going to buy $30. We're going to put this in at $11.24. Apply. That's going to give us 2.669 shares, exactly $30 or 30% of our $100 in our spec bucket. You can follow this portfolio for free. Just subscribe, click that little bell to get notifications. Make sure to drop a like and a comment. Let's get this in the algorithm. Let's find as many new investors as we can. Let's try to help them understand how to build a growth stock portfolio correctly, diversified with all those different buckets, using that fired up wealth methodology. I appreciate your time and attention. Hope you have a great day. Take care.